Let's talk to you about something you know more about then. Firstly, this whole FIFA shares thing. When that broke yesterday, what did you make of all that?
It's typical, I think, of many actions that we've seen from large organisations in the last 5 or 10 years. It's not surprising anymore. Some of the things we saw in the World Cup. You're trying to paint a picture always that's positive about football because there's so much to love and there are great games. But then you see some of the things that happen from a governance perspective and from a leadership perspective, and it falls well short of the standards that, to be fair, football fans would expect and anybody would want for the game.
I want to ask you as well about Chelsea. There's obviously a notable shift now in transfer policy. For years, they've just been bringing younger players. Interest in Jordan Henderson, and they've now confirmed a deal for Danny Welbeck. This is a big shift for Chelsea.
A big shift. I mean, it's one that we've all been asking for, though. If we've watched Chelsea for the last sort of 3, 4, 5 years, I've said there's an experience right throughout the club, right the way from the ownership, which is a new ownership, to obviously the sporting department, which was cleared out when they first come in, and the managers have been quite inexperienced at times. So what you've got is a situation whereby there's just no experience, and I think putting a spine in of good senior professionals that act as guardians of good behaviours, responsibilities, disciplines in the dressing room is just something that's not magic. It's something that all top teams have had for many decades. And so putting Jordan Henderson in, who knows how to win a Premier League title, Danny Welbeck, who knows how to win a Premier League title, their job is as much off the pitch as it is on the pitch. They're still good players. They can contribute maybe, don't know, 25 to 35 games a season at a good level. But what they will do is all those young players there at Chelsea, they will make sure that they turn up every single day, give their all, come back exactly the next day and do it again. And that's been a problem. I don't think the young players at Chelsea have had any particular guidance or leadership around them on the pitch or off the pitch. They've now got people who can do that and know how to get around the block.
Some move for Danny Welbeck at this stage of his career.
Yeah, and I said 10 years ago that Manchester United should never have sold Danny Welbeck. He's gone away and done brilliantly well. He's coming into a sort of what would be a little cameo at the end of his career as well, but he's a fantastic player. Worked with him obviously as a teammate, worked with him obviously with England as a coach. He was fantastic for England, and he's been good in the Premier League as well. So yeah, it's a good move for Chelsea, and it gives them a real option up front.
Just one final one very quickly. It looks as if Vinicius Junior will now stay at Real Madrid, but superstars like that are what we want to see in the Premier League, and I think Arsenal were hopeful they might be able to do something.
Yeah, I just saw the rumour. I didn't know how much truth there was in it. Obviously, it would have been a spectacular signing, but yeah, I'm not surprised that he would stay in Madrid. I think you're right. We do want great players in the Premier League, but I think my view on the Premier League is that it's been at its best in the last, well, since it began, through the best managers being in the Premier League, and then the best teams tend to follow. So I'm more interested in the best managers coming into the Premier League than the players. We obviously want to create the best players, but we very rarely beat Barcelona and Real Madrid to the top players in the world, and that's been something historically that's happened over sort of 30, 40, 50 years.